it is my great pleasure to be the first one tonight to say welcome to the Bioengineering Department and UT Dallas. My name is Ben Porter. I am one of the teaching faculty here at UT Dallas, and I'm also one of the 3 faculty who teach our Introduction to Bioengineering course, which most, if not all, of our freshmen take. Our other 2 faculty who teach that, Dr. Sude Kubroy and Dr. Katie Myers, will also be talking tonight and saying hello. And this is the first of 3 events that we've planned for freshmen for this summer. The next one's going to be on July 22nd. That's going to be a panel discussion with advice on how you can have a successful first year and pretty much how you can be successful throughout your academic career here at UTD. So that'll be a good one. And then August 5th, we'll have another event where we will be going over your degree plan, which is basically your schedule of everything. It's basically your plan of your academic plan, all the classes you should be taking, when you should be taking them. And we'll also talk about what you can kind of expect for this first year. It's definitely a different first year than we've all experienced. Can you all still hear me? I feel like I just dropped out. Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I just dropped out. Okay, so I'm back. As I was mentioning, we have 2 more welcome events coming up. The first one's July 22nd. That's our panel discussion with advice on how to have a successful first year while here at UTD and how to have a successful academic career. And then our next event's August 5th. We'll be going over your academic plan, which is kind of that list of all the classes that you take and when we think you should be taking them. And we'll also talk about what you can expect during your first year here, which is different from any other year that we've had. And I'm kind of excited about it. It's forced us to be innovative, and I think it's going to be really cool. So if you can make both of those events, great. We'll be sending out announcements about them. They're both on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. We will be recording those. So if you can't make it, we still have you covered. With that takes us to tonight's event, which as far as I'm concerned, we have 2 main goals. The first is to welcome you and to kind of show you the human face of the department. So when you're taking online classes with us, you're not just staring at a computer, but you're actually seeing us on the other side. We're here, we want to connect with you. So this is our first attempt to reach out and really kind of get to know you. The second goal is to introduce you to all of the great programming that we have at the university. We have it on the department level, the school level, and the university level. And really, if you can take advantage of all those different offerings, it will benefit you throughout your career. So we're just going to introduce you to a few of those. Now, I should say this is not taking the place of any of your freshman orientations or anything like that. This is just kind of the bonus thing that we're doing for you to hopefully get you more on board with us. So having gone through all that, it is now my pleasure to introduce to you our first speaker, Dr. Stephanie Adams. So if you're not familiar with the way UTD is organized, we're actually comprised of 8 different schools. The Bioengineering program falls under the Eric Johnson School of Engineering and Computer Science, otherwise known as ECS or the Johnson School. Within those schools, we have our department. Within our department, we have a department head, which you can kind of think of as like your principal from high school. She does much more than that, but all of our academic stuff flows through her. So she handles all of the faculty and everything that goes from there. From her, we have Dean Adams, or the dean of the school. She's kind of like the principal's principal, our principal plus. Again, she does way more than just that. But that's kind of the food chain when it comes to the academics. So there you go, if you weren't familiar with it. So now without further ado, I will introduce Dr. Dean Adams. She has a PhD from Texas A&M in interdisciplinary engineering. And she has a background deeply rooted in engineering education. We're really excited to have her as our dean, and I'm really excited to have her with us tonight. So Dean Adams, I'll turn it over to you now.
Thank you, Ben, and welcome to everyone. I'm not sure what all time zones you're in, so it might be a good evening, a good morning, a good afternoon, but I'm really delighted to join you this evening here in Texas for this wonderful event that my colleagues in bioengineering have put together. You're going to learn a lot about the department and about things that we have going on in the school to help you make the transition We're also rolling out some new programs that I'm not ready to talk about just yet, but hopefully next week you'll another opportunity for first-year students to get engaged. We here at UT Dallas are very, very excited about the new semester, even in spite of some of the challenges we're having right now with our country. You're going to hear about a lot of programming. I'm really excited that you'll hear about EPICS tonight from Andrea. EPICS is a hands-on program for first-year students to think about some service learning and how engineering can help others. I myself years ago got into engineering because I wanted to be a biomedical engineer. So I always tell the bioengineering department they have a little bit of a special place in my heart. Don't tell the others because that gets me in trouble. But I just think it's an exciting time for the intersection of medicine and engineering, and that to me is a lot of what biomedical engineering embodies. I see that you're going to hear from our BMES chapter, so that's great. We have lots of exciting student organizations for you to join when you get here. We have faculty doing very, very exciting research. Some days I wish I could go back and be a freshman all over again and knowing what I know now, to learn about doing research and how that augments what you're learning in class, which I think is really, really important. So it's just a really good time, I think, to be an engineer. I always tell people, if you have any doubts about your major, engineering is the one major that you can find in anything that you do in life. So a lot of people still don't know exactly what engineers do, but we definitely contribute. We create new knowledge, we create new products, we create processes, and we make life better for society. So you're going to learn a lot of cool things that you can apply as you move forward. This is my second year, so I kind of think about myself as I'm going into my sophomore year. So I came to UT Dallas last summer, and I came because of the exciting faculty, our rapid growth, the excellent research that we're doing, the manner with which students, our EPICS program and our UT Design program are among the best that you'll find in the country. And so I think it's a really great place to be. And I worked at a couple schools in Texas, and I have no reservations about my selection of UT Dallas as my home for this time. So I hope it's going to be as rewarding for you all as it has been for me. And I will turn it back over to Ben and his team to continue on with the program.
Well,
Hello.
Adams.
UT Southwestern Clinical Center, Richardson Plano Psychiatry Clinic is called.
Well, Dr. Adams, thank you so much for giving us your valuable time. Hello, everybody. My name is Sudeko Roy. I'm one of the LLC advisors for Bioengineering Department. I teach several undergraduate courses, and one of them is BIM 208. So some of you may meet me in that course in spring 2021. I'm one of the instructors of that course. So I'm sure we will have more time to introduce ourselves and get familiar with each other in our next events. Today is a kind of introduction. So I'm going to introduce our next guest speaker, who is Dr. Shalini Prasad. She is our department head. She got her PhD from University of California in Riverside. She's also the director of Biomedical Microdevices and Nanotechnology Laboratory. So if you are interested in designing portable devices for molecular or cellular diagnostics, I can tell you that there are interesting projects going on in her lab. So Dr. Shalini Prasad, thank you so much for accepting our invitation, and welcome to our event.
Thank you very much, Sude, Dr. Kobroy. So good evening, everyone. Welcome all to our first mixer for bioengineering. I am Shalini Prasad. I am a professor in this department, as well as the department head. As Ben said, I am the principal. And so hence, most of the complaints end up coming to me. Well, I hope you have a fantastic experience and you don't have to complain to me much about stuff. But what you see behind me is our beautiful bioengineering and sciences building. So this is where most of our research laboratories are. So all the faculty who do research, we all have our labs there. And at this point, we just can't have undergrads. But once that is worked out, you would have this great opportunity to come and do research in our labs. And we in bioengineering take pride in the fact that we believe in experiential learning. That means you have the opportunity to do hands-on stuff with a number of us, and you're not limited to one aspect of bioengineering. So bioengineering is truly interdisciplinary, and you will get an opportunity to explore its multiple facets. So I'll tell you a few things about our department, and then I'll give you some of the samplings of the experiential offerings that we do have in the department, and then I'll punt it back to our program organizers for today. There'll be other opportunities, as Dr. Porter mentioned in the beginning of this event, where you'll have opportunities where I will talk more about our curriculum and so on. But the main thing is our department is only 10 years old. And for being 10 years old, we are the fourth largest program in the United States. So clearly, people want to come here. And so then we are the top ranked biomedical engineering department in North Texas. So why is it that we have a lot of students, and you have all made the right choice by deciding to come here and be a part of this bioengineering experience? So it's because the first thing we believe in here in this department, and you'll see with the friendly nature of our dean, our faculty, so on, is we believe in community. We want you to come here and we want you to succeed. Because if you come here, believe me, you are treated one as of this family. So our goal is for you to succeed as you go through this. So your success then becomes our success. We all believe in this and we all partner to make that happen. So all the various aspects of community living and curricular development is all focused around this. Yes, this upcoming academic year is going to be different from what you have, what, generally the academic experience is. But our goal is to continue to build the sense of community. So when you take those classes, you don't feel alone. You feel you can join hands and learn together. So these are, and using essentially online tools to in a as innovative manner as we can. Because the one thing as engineers we have to do is we have to innovate and problem solve in real time. So in bioengineering, you have this great opportunity because you can do engineering design to improve public health. And truly the COVID-19 situation is an example of that fact. Whether you're building a better PPE, or whether you are trying to understand how this disease is spreading, or whether you're trying to predict how sick a person is going to get, all of this is possible within the realm of bioengineering. So truly the discipline that's going to make significant impact in the next 10, 20 years is going to be bioengineering, because it will teach you not just to do problem solving, but to think of the basic science as well as the clinical aspects that drive this. So along this, I do also want to tell you one more thing. We have a great relationship and a strong partnership with the medical school, which is in downtown Dallas, which is UT Southwestern. So at the graduate level, and many of you, you're just starting, but many of you might think that you want to get a master's degree here with us. And we have quite a few of you who do this. So then there's an opportunity to interact and have research experiences at the medical school. So, and we would encourage all of this to happen. So another key aspect in bioengineering, in the life of a bioengineering student, is their ability to work in our research lab. So today you have a feast. We have one of our most experienced research faculty who will be talking to you about various ways in which we have undergraduate engagement. A number of our undergraduates have gone and won different kinds of awards. They've gone on and won the NSF graduate fellowships to help them to go to graduate school. They've won the NIH, the National Institute of Health's pre-doctoral awards. They've won multiple conference awards. And even they have got special mentions in the Goldwater Fellowship. So you name it, we are part of it. And we in bioengineering, all of us faculty staff will help you through this journey. So warm welcome to all of you, and I'll see you in the multiple programming events. And with this, I'll turn it to Katie.
Okay, hello everybody. And thank you, Dr. Prasad, for the comments. My name is Katie Myers. I am teaching faculty in the department. You'll probably either see me this fall. I teach BMEN 1100. I'm one of the instructors for it, so the Intro to Biomedical Engineering Lab. Or if you don't see me there, you might see me this spring, next spring, because I also teach BMEN 1208, the second biomedical engineering lab that you have to take. It's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker. It's Dr. Bao Fei. He is research faculty in the department. He got his PhD from Case Western Reserve University, and his specialty is in medical imaging. He's going to talk to you all about research opportunities for undergraduates in labs on campus. So on to you, Dr. Fei.
Yeah, so thank you, Dr. Meyer, for the introduction. And I'm going to share my screen. And okay. I hope you can see the screen now. And so, hey, everyone, and I want to welcome you to the Department of Bioengineering at the Johnson School at the UTD. And so I said, you are made the right choice. And just as I did 2 years ago, I joined UTD in 2018. I choose UTD Bioengineering and because we are not only a fast-growing department, but also we have excellent research programs. And our faculty are doing a fantastic job and into research fundings and different kind of cutting-edge technologies. And so in our department, so we have we have 6 different kind of research programs. So the first one is biomedical imaging, and the second is biomaterials and biomechanics, and biosensor, neuroengineering, and system biology. You can see we have very different kind of projects and different research areas. And so if you are interested in any of these research areas, feel free and to send an email to the professors and say, hey, I'm interested in these areas. Can I volunteer to your lab and researchers? And also we're very excited to welcome 3 new faculties and who will join us actually in the 4th semester, just like you. So you can see we are growing and the whole department is growing. And so there's a lot of research opportunities in the bioengineering, Johnson School, and the UTDs. I mentioned the first one is volunteers. And because you're a freshman, you say, I'm just trying to learn. I just want to join a lab and then I can learn some things. And because you can learn not only from the faculty members, you can learn from senior and undergrad students, master students, PhD students, and postdoc fellows, and other scientists. And they have a lot of experience. And then they already go through these journeys, and they can teach you a lot. And there's also a lot of research assistant positions there. You can apply for those research positions in the labs. And each student can also register for research credit. And also we have, every year, we have undergrad research match days. And so on those days, and you can, the faculty try to find a student, students try to find a lab. You bring a CV and then talk to the faculty, talk to the lab members, and then you can find the right project you are interested. And also we have undergrad research and faculty panel discussions, and you will see emails and during the courses of the semesters. And undergrad research scholar poster awards, that's a very exciting part. Actually, several of my students got those awards. And BME also have a BME research poster award every year. And then the winners we send to the national undergrad research at a conference. There's one very exciting program, it's called a Green Fellowship. And so you can do 1 semester research at the UT Southwest Medical Centers. As Dr. Shannon mentioned, we have very strong kind of collaborations with UT Southwest Medical Centers. And you have opportunity not only learn the technical part, engineering side, but also you can how to apply these tools, technology to solve a real clinical problems. And so if you are doing well, and then you can attend national conference and present your research work. And so I want to give you some examples here. And this is the sum in my lab, just in 2 years, undergrad students. On the right side, you can see the publications we have published this year by undergrad students. And all these papers are undergrad students. I just want to give you a couple of examples. If you see the top and then top left and the tutorials, and last year he kind of went to my talk at the Johnson Schools and then say, hey, well, I want interested in this project. I want to join your lab. You can see the first paper on the right, he's the first author. He went to the national conference and then presented work. That's the first work. He's still an undergrad student. He's submitting other work actually this summer. That's very exciting. And the second row, the first one, Jose, and he's undergrad student seniors and doing a project, and he got 2 papers on a list, and she got a job in GEs and just a few months ago. And the third row, the first one, Matthew, and he was also seniors, and she wrote papers, undergrad, actually won the undergrad best papers in the SBI Medical Imaging Conference early this year. And so the last row, you can say the first one is Chris. And Chris is also undergrad student. She worked in my lab. And then she's joined the UT San Antonio Medical School in next month. You can say this is a lot of successful examples. And so as a faculty, I really love to work with you guys, and because you have the bright futures. We're here and try to help you to develop your bright futures, to develop your careers. And so I want to welcome you again, and feel free to send an email to me, to other professors. And thank you. And I stop here and go back to our organizers.
All right, thank you, Dr. Fay. Our next speaker is Emma Henderson. She is a 4th-year biomedical engineering student, and she is the newly appointed president of the Biomedical Engineering Society, which is a student-led group on campus. She's going to talk to you about the society and what they do. So Emma, on to you. Emma, I think you're muted.
Hey, now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Awesome. I'll just take the earbuds out. So thank you, Dr. Myers, and thank you to the Bioengineering Department for having me. My name is Emma Henderson. Like she said, I'm a senior biomedical engineering undergraduate student. I am serving as the president of the UT Dallas chapter of the Biomedical Engineering Society, or BMES. So tonight, I just kind of wanted to briefly go over some of the opportunities that BMES offers undergraduate students. So first, we host tutoring, and so this tutoring can either be one-on-one, but we also facilitate study buddy groups, which I think will be really beneficial for incoming freshmen. So maybe you don't have a chance to meet students in your classes because they're online, but we can kind of facilitate you meeting people either from your class or from a different section so you can study for a group. We also have group exam reviews for some of the upper level classes, so like circuits and components, which you don't know what that is now, but they're very difficult classes. We also offer volunteering, and so whether you're interested in just giving back to your community or you need community service hours, this is a great opportunity. Actually, over the summer, we've had quite a few online or virtual opportunities for students to be involved with. We also hold an industry fair, so this is student-led and student-driven. We host it in the spring, and so we invite companies from the surrounding area to come and speak with students about potential internships, part-time jobs, or jobs after graduation. And so this is a very, very big event. So even if you don't come to BMES meetings, I really encourage you to come to the industry fair. We also have education and research chairs. So the education chair focuses on helping students break down the degree plan. And so you can sit one-on-one with our education chair and kind of plan out how you want your 4 years to look. This is particularly useful for our pre-medicine students. So if you're interested in going to medical school, you can sit down with our education chair. He's actually going to medical school as well. And you can kind of plan out how you take certain classes along with the bioengineering degree plan. Our research chair holds sort of a smorgasbord of certain activities. In the past, we have offered tours of bioengineering labs within BSB, which you saw behind Dr. Prasad earlier. We talk about REUs, so research experiences for undergraduates, so doing research at another university over the summer. We talk about kind of just how to reach out to professors. It can be a very kind of intimidating experience to kind of speak with professors about their research, especially if it's your first time, and to kind of get involved and say, hey, like, I'm interested in a project. Can I do this? And we've also had professors like Dr. Fay actually come speak about their research and kind of, show students the complexities of things that we do on campus. Overall, this kind of goes back to what Dr. Prasad said earlier. We're a community, and BMES is a community of students. And so we really focus on helping other students succeed. And so this is particularly great for freshmen because you get the opportunity to speak to upperclassmen that have been in the exact same position that you've been in. So whether you have questions just about general college worries, like, oh, well, I've never had an 8 in the morning class before. How do I handle that? But you may have specific questions for us. Maybe you're interested in pursuing a minor. Maybe you want to minor in computer science or political science or something, or history. I myself am pursuing a minor in literature studies. So we have students that can talk to you about how do you kind of fit a minor into this degree plan. We also can speak to you about study abroad. We've had students that have studied abroad, and how do these programs work for students? We can talk to you about the Green Fellowship. Our past president, Ben, was a Green Fellow. And so this is, like Dr. Fay said, kind of a research internship at UT Southwestern, and we can talk to you about that application process. Or maybe you have no idea about any of the things that I'm talking about. We're here for you. If you have no idea, anything, BMES is here to be kind of that support and help you transition from kind of your high school careers to your college careers, and learning how to manage this new kind of adult world that you're going into. So if you have any questions, I'm going to throw my email into the little chat bubble. And so you can email me about any questions at all. So whether you have questions about UTD in general, so the bioengineering department, or if you have questions about BMES, please let me know. If you would like to join the BMES email list, email me your email and I can go ahead and add it. That's the most reliable way to hear from us about our events. And the semester is kind of crazy with the COVID-19 pandemic, and we want to be able to provide these resources for you as best as we can in an online format. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Emma. Appreciate it. Okay, so I mentioned earlier, we want to help you get ready for kind of preparing for throughout your college career, but one of my personal goals is for you to be ready when you graduate to go out there and have a career path already plotted out. Like, know your goals, know what you want to get into, go find the job, go find med school, whatever it is. To me, if you graduate and that's not in place, then personally, I feel like I've messed up and we need to help you better. With that, the next person I'm going to introduce, that is his goal as well. We have a career center on campus that you have already paid for with your student fees that you should go and you should talk to. And it may seem really early to start thinking about that since you haven't even actually started school yet. But trust me, it's never too early to start thinking about how you develop that plan and everything like that. So our next speaker, his name is Eric Green. He is a career consultant at the Career Center on campus. He is actually unable to join us tonight. It's his birthday, and I can't blame him for wanting to be with his family, but he did send us a video, so I am going to do my best to see if I can share this with you with audio, so bear with me for just a second while I get this going.
Ben, I'm not sure if it's just me, but I don't hear any audio on my end.
No, okay. Well, I appreciate you telling me that. Let's hang on a second. Let's try this again. I'm so sorry. Okay, I think I got it now.
Hey, my name is Eric Green, and I am a career consultant at the University Career Center. And I am super excited that you're here. I welcome you as you embark on your educational opportunities, but also I'm here to encourage you to take advantage of the resources that you have available to you. And the University Career Center is one of those resources. So that's why I'm here, to talk about that. So what do we offer? First, let's start with the mission. Our mission is to aid and assist as you transition through your undergrad and postgraduate, as you prepare for the workforce and try to figure out your career goals. And that's what we are here for. And how do we do that? What is our toolbox? What's in our toolbox? We have 4 functional areas. One is experiential learning. That's learning by doing. So they do things as far as job shadowing opportunities, explore the wild, externships. So they try to connect the employer with the student and give you a bird eye view of how things function and operate in the workforce. Then we have our employee relations team that does a wonderful job of building collaborative relationships with employers and connecting employers to the students through career expos, through informational sessions, through webinars, through, any way that they possibly can, and even just fueling some of the programs that we have with employers. So that's their main mission, is to focus in on employers. And then we have student employment, which pretty much serves as the HR for on-campus jobs. So if you have an on-campus job, you'll definitely be in contact with our office. And then last but not least, the team that I serve on is the career development team. We are mainly focused on that one-on-one relationship with students. So trying to help you process, figure it out, because sometimes careers can be confusing. You can have a lot of anxiety. You can have, just uncertainty. And that's what we're here for, to serve as a support, to help you figure it out and build confidence and hope in you achieving your goals. And so on top of that, just some additional specific services. We do resume critiques, cover letters, mock interviews, internship search, job search, academic internship processing, career advising. We offer a lot of services. And the beautiful thing about now is that we are virtual. A lot of this is virtual. So I definitely encourage you, if you heard of Handshake, soon as you get you sign in and you enroll and you become an official student, you have access to Handshake. All you have to do is sign in. And with Handshake, you are able to set up appointments. You are able to see some of the events that we have posted. You are able to connect with employers, with your students. It's kind of like LinkedIn, but it's more specified for students and employers are directly looking for you. So I definitely encourage you to utilize the Handshake platform. And with that being said, I just want to end off with this. I had a student that was a freshman and they came in and they were engaged in the process. I helped them with their resume. They didn't have no experience. I helped them with their cover letter. I encouraged them to join student orgs. I encouraged them to be more involved in campus. And we figured out a career goal. And then after their freshman year ended, they ended up landing an internship. So what I am telling you is, as a freshman, I know we are trying to figure things out, but at least come and visit the Career Center and figure out what services are available, because the more that you focus in on your education, you just have to focus that same energy in on your studies or on your career pursuit, because that's what we go to school for. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I am super excited to meet you, and thank you, Dr. Ben Porter, for this opportunity to share our services. Peace.
All right. And I get to see me struggle to stop sharing my screen. Okay, terribly sorry about that. So that was Eric Green. He worked at Career University, but he specifically works with the Johnson School of Engineering and Computer Science. So he is like our go-to guy for that. And he talks about how we're moving online. For example, yesterday, he and Brianna Dawkins from Jerry Alexander's office, who we'll meet here in just a second, they organized an online alumni panel to discuss careers from the alumni that we have from 6 different alumni. We had over 50 students in attendance. It lasted for an hour and a half, all kinds of questions about their backgrounds, what they got into, how they got into it, really informative stuff. So we're really exploring how to embrace this new online platform that we've been given to work with. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, Jerry Alexander. So Jerry Alexander, he's the Assistant Dean for Student Development with ECS. He is our more localized, Career Center is not the right description, and Jerry, I'm sorry for having said that. But he definitely helps out a lot with how we line up internships, how we line up externships, how we line up co-ops, a lot with working with our industry partners. And I'm going to turn it over to Jerry and let him go further with it. So Jerry, welcome. I think you're muted, Jerry.
Sorry. Yes, Jerry Alexander, I'm glad to see you are looking at UT Dallas and going to join us in the near future. Eric mentioned a lot of things that we do in our office. We have kind of a mutual arrangement where we all work together to provide services to our students. And so we work with students coming in and we try to help you start planning for the future. And most of the things he mentioned are the things that we do. We have career fairs, we have meetings with our coordinators. I have 3 internship coordinators in my office that will meet with you, help you think about the job search, help you think about how to write a resume, and then think about job search strategies in terms of outreach, cover letters, and then preparing for the interview. But as your first year student, I would encourage you to think long term. The things that employers look for are outstanding students. And it may be surprising to you, but when they look at outstanding students, one of the factors they weigh heavily is GPA. So as a first year student, my advice to you is go to class, or if it's online, attend class online, study, and keep up with the work, because your grades may impact your future. Some employers screen on GPA. So first thing first, go to class, study. You have resources, faculty resources, office hours. So please do that. There's a Student Success Center on campus where they do tutoring. But that's the number one goal. The second would be start meeting people. I'm glad we had our president of the BMES club here. She offered to connect with you. I encourage you to take her up on that and join the BMES when it starts in the fall. Another thing is think about projects. I know we have a speaker from EPICS. That's a great program. As the first year student, you'd be able to work on a project and get skills that set you apart. So my thing here is think about how you can be the best student, start making connections, and then learning about the job search process. We're here to help you. We have a fall intern fair. We co-sponsor the BMS intern fair, the fair. So I'm glad to meet you. I encourage you to reach out to us if we can help you, and look forward to having you on campus in the fall.
Well, Jerry, thank you so much for your information. So our next guest speaker is Andrea Turcati. She is the program director of UT Design EPICS. If you're wondering what EPICS means, it's actually, it stands for Engineering Projects in Community Service. It's a great course that you can work on real life problems, and you can improve your technical skills as well as your soft skills. So Andrea, thank you so much for attending our sessions. Please let our new students know about your great program. Thank you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
great. Welcome, everybody. My name is Andrea Turcati. I work for the School of Engineering and Computer Science, and I coordinate a cool program, EPICS, that stands for Engineering Projects in Community Service. This is a program that allows students to work on real-world problems while helping the community. That means that we partner with nonprofit organizations to address community needs. Most of the time, these nonprofit organizations have no means to solve projects or problems that they may have, either because they don't have the background to solve that problem or they don't have the money to pay somebody else to work on that particular project. So we provide them with a team of our UTD students to work toward the solution for that problem that will allow the nonprofit organization to serve their clients better. All this process involves from the side of the students to do researching of the problem and then design, build, and deliver a final product to the nonprofit organization. This is a great opportunity for our students because since their first year at UTD, they are able to serve the community through service learning, work on hands-on and real world projects. It helps also the students to start building all the skills that are needed when working on a project from start to finish, such as critical thinking, problem solving, communication skills, written and oral communication skills. So there are many benefits for the students that provides this EPICS program to them. Very briefly, students participate in the program by enrolling in a class. This is not something that they do as volunteers. They enroll, register in EPCS 2200, where they will learn human-centered design in that class. So they are accountable for the deliverables throughout the semester to make progress on the projects they are working. Now, this past semester, our students work on 20 different projects with 15 different nonprofit organizations. And I would like to just show you a couple of examples of the projects that our students work with on. We are working with My Possibility, which is a nonprofit organization that provides vocational education for adults who have intellectual or developmental disabilities. For them to be able to provide this vocational education, they have many programs in that place. One of them is the art program. And what they were facing is that many of these people weren't able to access the easel to paint or draw or the flat table. So our students were tasked to design an easel that was very accessible and safe for those people to access, and through a joystick being able to adjust it up and down or tilt the easel based on their needs. This project was supposed to be delivered this past spring semester, but due to the COVID-19, we weren't able to, but we really hope to do it this coming fall semester. Another organization that we work with is the Autism Treatment Center. They task our team to design a product that will assist the individuals with autism to calm them down when they experience the sensory overload. So our students are right now developing an app that controls the pressure cuff that can be worn on the individual's upper arm. And that cuff will be inflated by an air compressor mounted on that cuff. And it will be controlled by the app. I know we are running out of time, so I'm going to just show you information if you have questions later on, or either later today or anytime after this meeting. Please do not hesitate to contact me through email. We do have an EPICS website with all the projects our students are working on, since they have to maintain a website for each project. And your undergraduate advisor should be able to give you more information about EPICS and helping you register for the class if that is what you would like to do. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Andrea. So that's it for as far as the speakers that we had lined up tonight. I do want to thank everyone who could join us tonight, all of our speakers, and to all of our freshmen who joined us. It's great to see that we had so many people here. I really hope we'll see you in the fall, at least online, if not in person. Now we have about 10 minutes. I think most of our speakers are still here. So if anybody has any questions, please chime in. You can type it in. You can either raise your hand or unmute your microphone and ask away. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry, Mia, I see you now. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I think that question is for me. Yes, that is the neat thing or the cool thing about this program. This is open to everybody from freshman through senior years. And this is why I cannot stress much about the sooner students start working on hands-on projects and working on real experience, the better they are. It takes time to really pick up all the skills needed. So the earlier they start, the better. We offer the class in fall semester and spring semester. Sometimes students cannot sign up the semester they would like to because of so many classes they are taking or for a scheduling conflict, but they can sign up anytime, freshman through senior years.
Thank you. Mia, I think I see your hand raised. You can either unmute yourself or you can type a question in. Okay, well, Gianti, it looks like you are asking, what do we have to do to join the research project? I think that might be directed towards Bioe, maybe?
Yeah, and so different faculty have different research area, and even same research area, same faculty may have multiple projects. And so what you do, if you're interested in any of the projects, the first thing is to send an email and to the faculty members. And so you're interested in this project, I try to learn, I try to contribute, and then that will be the first discussion. And once you're connected with the faculty members, and then you can face-to-face, and then tour the lab and etc., and then starting from there.
Thank you. Okay. So it looks like our next question is from Durga. Can you provide some more information about the Green Fellowship? Okay, so that's not an area I'm as familiar with. Do any of our panelists know about that?
Is Emma still there?
Emma is here. Hi, Emma.
Hi. Would you like for me to talk about it?
Yes, please.
Sure. So I have personally not done the Green Fellowship, but I know someone who has. So if you have more in-depth questions, I'm more than happy to provide you their email. But the Green Fellowship is something you can do after your sophomore year. And basically, you take an entire semester to do research on campus at UT Southwestern. And so the kind of great thing about that for bioengineering students is that it is medicine based. And so a lot of, the research on campus can be different varieties of engineering. But when you do the Green Fellowship, that's medicine based. And so I could actually throw a link in the chat with kind of like more information, like from a website about the Green Fellowship. There's kind of a GPA requirement you need to have. And there's kind of like an application timeline that you need to follow. But from what I understand, it's a very rewarding program, particularly if you're interested in medicine and you're interested in research. So if you're interested in doing MD, PhD, or if you're just interested in doing a PhD or an MD, from what I understand, really a lot of different majors can kind of apply for this fellowship. And it's a really great opportunity. You're doing research full time, and it kind of shows you what that life can be like, which is very different than a normal university life. Does that kind of answer your question?
I think, Emma, you did a great job.
Awesome.
So I think just give the links, and then I think we can go more into detail. So that's great. Thanks.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Emma. All right. So then Mia looks like she's asking, are freshmen able to participate in undergraduate research? Also, when will research opportunities be available to undergraduate students again?
Yeah, so I tried to answer this question. And some faculties really like undergrad students at the freshman level because you have 4 years to do the research, continuing doing research. And so some of our faculties are interested in freshmen to join the lab because you can kind of fresh start, and then you already kind of brandly kind of you can get into the field, and then that's what we can teach you. But only the most important is your motivation, and it's how really which field is you're interested, and it's not sometimes it's not depends on your experience, because for students, undergrad students, really is you come here to learn and to develop your research and develop your skills. And then when you go along from freshman to a sophomore, junior, and senior, some of our undergrad students take 4 years to do research, and that means at the end they may have 1, 2, or 3 and co-authored papers in their CVs. That looks fantastic. And I think I encourage freshmen to actually actively engage in research.
Thank you. All right, now Talia asks, can students finish the undergraduate degree in 3 years? If so, will that be a disadvantage in terms of opportunities provided and the necessary time frame to complete the degree?
So maybe I'll take that one. So Talia, we will talk more about this probably in one of our follow-on meetings, but the undergraduate curriculum has changed for freshmen starting fall 20. So we are expected now to do, or the students are now expected to do 128 semester credit hours to earn the degree for bioengineering. And so that would mean a very tight 3-year load because you'll be taking significant number of credits. But should you choose to do that, and we do have people who are interested in the pre-med and want to do it, then there is a pathway to do that. But it's going to put you up really in a tight situation. So it's your personal abilities and your goals which are going to drive this. What I would encourage, if you're really thinking of fast tracking, is to look at our fast track program. This allows you to do basically add on an additional year, that is a 4+1 program, and gives you a master's in addition in a 5-year window. And this actually opens up multiple opportunities. It opens up opportunities for you to do research at UT Southwestern, if that is of your interest. It opens up opportunities to do perhaps an internship or an externship with a company, and at the same time also pursue the master's degree, which we again have a lot of people doing that. Or it also opens up the opportunity for you to do a minor in something else as you're trying to do the major in biomedical engineering. And it sets you up also perhaps to do significant research in some faculty's research labs, which will help you to build up your research profile, publish a sequence of papers, go to conferences, and so on. all of this sets you then up to go to the next stage of your career. So this requires some careful career planning. And this is where, while your advisors tell you what classes to take, the BMES that Emma talked about, that they are very good resource to kind of work through what is essentially customized for you or individualized for you. And we faculty are always there, in terms of coming and discussing what would make best sense. So to your answer, the short part is, can be done. It's going to be tough though doing it. So tread carefully, and we are here to help.
Thank you. Okay. Do we have any further questions? There's always that awkward part when you're asking questions online and you have to wait for people to type it, so you kind of stare at the screen and everybody stares at you. That's what we're doing right now. So if you're typing, that's what's going on. All right, well, we just about ran out of time. I think we've answered most all of the questions. So please do join us again on July 22nd and again on August 5th. Again, not required, but it's here for you, for your benefit. And thank you for joining us tonight. I hope this was helpful. Everyone have a good night, and we look forward to seeing you in the fall. Good night.